Hey, welcome back. Total Financial Solutions, Safer Money Hour. Hey, that's what we're talking about on our normal time frame, but this is what we're talking about today, your City Council Candidate Forum. I'm Arif Halaby along with Mark Murphy. Total Financial Solutions is teamed up with KHTS to learn and talk and get a little bit deeper, if you will, with our City Council candidates, folks that want to represent you. Duane Harte is one of those individuals. Folks, what is Duane Harte all about? Let's find out a little bit about him. If you have questions, you can go to @TFSWealth. Go to Twitter at TFSWealth. Shoot us an email, shoot us a question. We'll be happy to address it, if you will, and maybe bring it up to our candidates. Duane, thanks for coming in.
Good morning, Arif. Mark.
Good morning. We have a couple of questions when it comes to your background. Tell me what it is that you have done in the city to say, you know, I deserve to get your vote.
Well, as I keep mentioning to people in all of the forums that we've been to, I've lived here for 40 years, raised my family here. 25 years ago, I got involved with a couple of different nonprofit organizations here, and it kind of ballooned from there. I've been working with the city council and the city staff for most of that 25 years trying to get things done.
What is it that you say you had spearheaded, you'd led, you'd taken to the city council, and it went from idea to beginning to middle and end?
Well, I tell you, I've been a parks commissioner for 9 out of the last 14 years. I just love that, and I was appointed by 3 different council members to be on that Parks Commission. And there's a number of different things. The sports complex that we have over in Saugus Canyon Country area, I think that's one of the jewels that we have in this city. That in Canyon Country Park, Central Park.
Yeah.
Canyon Country Park's pretty too, but
yeah.
Central Park is our.
No, I'm with you. That has made a difference for our youth, and Mark has really, with young kids in Canyon Country and high school.
Well, Duane, I've seen you involved in those activities. I've seen you involved in the Historic Veterans Plaza. Obviously, you've been involved in Turtle Valley and a lot of areas with veterans. You come to us with some military background.
Yes, I'm a 23-year veteran of the United States Navy. I retired in 1990, and I still do everything I possibly can to assist veterans and veteran causes in Santa Clarita.
Duane, what rank did you retire, by the way, as a veteran?
I retired as an E8, which is just one step below the top the enlisted ranks.
Wow. So as an E8, you had a lot of men and women under you in your command.
Yes, I had a number of different commands I worked in. The last command I had about 13 enlisted people and 12 officers, and I was the chief of the command for them at that time, so I had one boss, and that was my CO, and everybody else came to me.
So, Duane, you had to make decisions in that period of time, and some of those decisions affected other people. Some certainly we make decisions that can affect people in a negative way. Give me an idea. I'd like to know a process that you go through when a tough decision is given to you, and there's 2 right answers. Give me an example historically of what that decision, see where you landed on that, and what did you use to make that decision?
Basically, I use my experience, whether it was in the military or business decisions or anything that has to do with the city of Santa Clarita for that matter. You know, I use the experience I've had. I talk to people to see, what they think. I have to get other opinions. I mean, I can't just rely on my own. So, especially when you have 2 right answers. If you have a right and a wrong, it's usually pretty simple.
Yeah. One of the things that the President of the United States said is, I only deal with tough decisions. And I remember the interviewer kind of cocked his head a little bit and went, what? He goes, if it was an easy decision, it's already made by people that work underneath me. The only reason I get those decisions is because they're really tough ones. Mm-hmm. As a CO, give me an example of a tough decision you had to make.
Oh, gosh. Militarily wise, during my last command, my CO came to me and says, we've got a problem with one of the enlisted people, and I need your help to solve it. What can we do? And so I did the research on the offense that this person had, allegedly done, and went through and spoke with her and came up with a conclusion.
And that was a tough decision because
it affected her life.
Yeah.
It affected the things that would occur after that. So there was definitely something that was difficult to do. There was consequences there.
So go ahead, Mark.
Well, I look at your background with both the parks. Obviously, that is a passion. You've worked with Veterans Affairs, and you've mentioned about the activities for youth. What do you see yourself bringing your next area? What's going to be important to you with your background, particularly with this military background and a lot of experience? What's next?
Well, I think that all of those things are still pertinent and will be for the future of Santa Clarita. We need things for children to do. I mean, all you ever hear is, "Oh, I don't have anything to do in Santa Clarita." We have to take care of that deficit. We have to make sure that, and here's where it comes in with talking to the kids. Look at the skate park we've got. We have one of the diamond skate parks, in California. And as a parks commissioner, I went around to a lot of other skate parks to see what they had, to see what we could do to make it better. And sure enough, people come here to use our skate park from other places.
Yeah, they come here from as far away as some of them in northern Orange County just to come here and spend the day. It's an amazing place. Especially more professional guys will use it when they're entertaining.
Absolutely, and now we have competitions here, and same thing with the pools. We started to build a small complex, and he said, "Well, if we're going to do it, let's do it, because if we build it, they will come."
Yeah.
Where did I hear that before? And sure enough, people come here to use our pools for competitions, use our skate parks, use our grass fields. So that's going to be something that I'm going to continue to push for, because we have about 3 acres of parkland for every 1,000 people in Santa Clarita. Our goal is 5.
Wow.
So we've still got a lot of work to do.
Go ahead.
Duane, I've got a question for you on annexing outside city current boundaries. Stevenson Ranch, certainly continuing down the 14. We can maybe bring some of that in. Castaic, what's the benefit for the city in bringing in more of those people? Why would we do it, and why should they want to become part of the city?
Well, if you look in respect to Palmdale, Lancaster, for that matter, look at the push and shove that goes on up there. We don't need that here in Santa Clarita. Unfortunately, the Santa Clarita Valley wasn't made into one city when it was put together. Tried, but it didn't work. If we are one city, then things will work out a lot better, because we're not vying for the same dollar. We'd all be together and putting our taxes together and getting things done as an entire city rather than us versus the county.
Yeah. One of the things that we see as an ongoing basis is the decision to put people around you. What are some of the characteristics of the folks that you would say you would hire, you would recruit, you would work around? Give me 1 or 2 of those personality characteristics of those people that you want.
Well, certainly it would be people with a like mind. It's tough to work with somebody that is totally of a different mind than you are. You can get things done a lot faster if people feel similar to what you do. Everybody has differences of opinion. That's a given. To be able to work with people and get things done is the trick. So, I'm looking to work with people that want to build Santa Clarita, build it into the place that we envisioned back in 1987, and continue on that, a better city.
Folks, you're listening to Duane Harte, candidate for your city of Santa Clarita here, City Council, coming up here in this April. Want you to pay attention. You need to vote. You can even get an absentee ballot. Folks, that's what it's all about. Duane Harte, current servant, veteran, a man who has served his community in a lot of different ways, including the Parks Commission. Thanks for joining us, Duane, as we continue here. We have one more candidate as we finish up this hour of the program with a lot of recap and some ideas and opinions. Really some commentary from Mark and I as we finish up this hour of the program. You're listening to me, Arif Halaby, along with Mark Murphy on Total Financial Solutions, as well as KHTS, your hometown station, our Santa Clarita Valley Candidate Forum. We'll be right back.